He got problems. She got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Say hi. What's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another story time. Hey, Ange fam. Welcome to the Mall Chase. Now, picture Sicily, 1952. No, for real. The mall used to be popping. The mall used to be popping. And of course, this was way before the internet. You had to go and buy everything in person. Like everything was interaction. Everything was interaction with people. Everything was interaction. Interaction, face to face. None of that. Like being on the phone, like was landline, but that was after you met somebody. And this is when like you could give out a fake number. You could give out a fake number and get away with it. It's like if somebody approach you and you're not interested. Ooh, and that's what this story is about. If somebody approach you and you're not interested, baby, you can give a fake number. And they had no way to check that thing, put it in their phone right away to call to see, like, your phone ain't ringing. Like, you could dodge somebody that you was not interested in because telling somebody, no, thank you, I'm not interested, was dangerous. Is dangerous. Still is dangerous for females. Depending on the male, but most of the time, 9 times out of 10, it's dangerous. And a lot of times people don't talk about that, or you don't see it because men, not just men and women are now, especially like if you're shapely or if you're beautiful and you wear certain things, you are asking for it. Not realizing, like, you do realize that was created by what are they calling them now? Because I don't think I can say that on YouTube. The people who like young girls, like, yeah, the people who like young girls, that's not legal and call it love, or they don't think anything is wrong with looking at children and the young girls, right? You do realize that came from them. That came from them. Oh, they call them the PDFs. That's what they call them, the PDFs. You do realize that came from them because they make up excuses of like, this is legal, this is fine, there's nothing wrong with it, this is love type situation. So when y'all say, because I've heard women say this as well, like you asking for the attention and nothing has ever come out of your mouth because they put you against each other as competition. So with them putting you against each other as competition, you're not, because you're stronger together, you're more unified, you're stronger together. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, let me turn on her because she's getting the attention that she did not ask for. All she did was feel good about herself, put on some clothes, and walked away. Especially, like, I always countered that. And I was like, if that's the case, how are these kids being messed with? Because what are they giving off? What came out of her mouth? Because I have to do that a lot, especially with me modeling lingerie. And it's like, oh, you asking for, what did I ask for? What came out of my mouth? When did I hit you up? When did I say anything to you? Right. I'm not asking for anything. Not asking for anything. You have no problem watching a commercial on TV. You have no problem walking by mannequins or walking by models on big billboards. You have no problem driving by them when they're modeling. But oh, let it be a black girl. Let it be somebody on the internet. And you feel like, oh, you asking for something. She ain't asking for nothing. 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 And I've always debunked that with, yeah, most women who are sexually assaulted are fully clothed. Idiots. Anyway, yeah, so the mall was the place to meet up. The mall was the place to go because you had like a upcoming event. That's where you had to find an outfit. That's where, because they had multiple clothing stores. 9 times out of 10, they was kind of selling the same thing. But it just kind of depended on the price range type situation. Like Shein, Temu type situations, like Forever 21, like Charlotte Russe. I really used to love Charlotte Russe. We used to have this store before the Forever 21s, the Charlotte Russe. We used to have this store called the Body Shop. And the Body Shop was more like Shein type situation. You can walk in there and It was giving like stuff that was mostly form fitting, but it was still nice. It was bright colors. It was giving something that, you know what I'm saying, like trying to bring it out. I remember we got these jeans, the stretch jeans that y'all wear now. We were wearing stretch jeans back then, but it didn't have where you can see the skin. It had like black lace in it, and at the very bottom it had black lace at the bottom, so you had to pull it, or like I would pull mine up so you can see the black lace, but it had black lace. Like, love those jeans. Love those jeans, honey. And but like, of course, like I told y'all, like I've always been a curvy girl, so I've always had a butt. I've had a butt since I can remember. Absolutely hated it because I used to be teased about it, or it used to bring on attention that I didn't ask for from grown men and young boys. Yeah. So anyway, like the mall was always the meetup, and it was like anytime, like especially Saturdays. Oh my God, the mall, the people in the mall, the amount of people that would be in the mall would be like a festival now. The mall now is there because everybody do online shopping, unfortunately. So that experience is, you know what I'm saying, like non-existent. But the mall would be the place where we would go to the arcades, or we would go to the food court. The food court has so many different varieties of food. I still can't find that sub shop. It was called American Hero. That stuff used to be so good. They had a distinctive taste. I don't know how, when, where, how they made that sandwich. Best sandwich. I have never tasted a sub like the American Hero in our mall. So yeah, so it was like that, like you like it was like a treat, or you can catch your little boyfriend cheating. Catch your little boyfriend cheating. The movies was there. That was a date. Like, or just meeting up at the mall, hanging out with your girls. It was like, let's go to the mall. Can we go to the mall? Oh, can you drop us off at the mall? Like at this point in time, you can drop your kids off at the mall and let your kids be in the mall. And they was going to the arcade. They was going to the arcade. They was going, you know what I'm saying? Like just walking around. Like you didn't have to worry about your kids destroying nothing. Like they could be to the mall for 5 hours, be entertained, and you can come pick your kids up. It's like, meet me at this store. Meet me in front of Belts. Meet me in front of what was the other name? Sears. Meet me in front of Kmart. Like, cause this Kmart was still there, or Kmart would be in the mall. Meet me in front of the movies, that entrance. Like it would be different entrances. Like you know what I'm saying, you meet your parents, you meet me here at 5 o'clock. Like you constantly check to make sure, hey, get everything done in these 5 hours. You can literally drop your kids off at the mall and not worry about your kids tearing up nothing, getting in trouble, being pew pew. You don't have to worry about none of that. You can literally just go to the mall, hang out, have a good time with your homegirls. It could be a date, or you meeting new people, etc., etc. Also, this will also be the place in meeting new people that it became a danger to the girls. It became a danger to the girls. So this one particular day, me and Wildin' Out decided to go to the mall. At this point in time, like we are, if I'm not mistaken, we're juniors. We're either sophomores or juniors. And at this point in time, like we decided to go to the mall, and it's during the week, so the mall should not be crowded. And we had gotten to a point where we didn't want to go when it was crowded, because it's like you're constantly saying, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, because there's so many people in there. You now wanted the luxury of going when everybody else was at work, so you can look for what you need to look for, and you'll be able to shop, get in, and get out. As I told y'all, I don't know which story time that was. I don't think y'all had. I don't know which story time it was. I don't remember what story time it was, but anyway, I was telling y'all how like I can walk into Foot Locker, go get my Jordans for $25. Literally, I didn't need a ticket. I didn't need a raffle. I didn't need I didn't need special instructions. I didn't have to stand in line. I could just walk on when they dropped. I could just walk in the store, pay for my mom can pay for my Jordans. They were no more than $35. Get my Jordans and leave. So that's literally how it was. Because even for like my senior trip, was it senior trip? Yes, because our senior trip was grand night. So and grand night was at Disney World. I wish I still had those pictures, because that was literally in my photo album. But yeah, like everything. Because at that point in time, like I've always been good with my money. So at this point in time, like I had my own credit cards, I had my own money in my pocket. Like I knew how to manage and maneuver my money. Real talk. Like when my sister got sick, she got really sick. And my mama needed to fly out. I bought my mama's ticket because my mama didn't have the money. Because she was rebuilding her life from nightmare. My mama didn't have the money. And I was like, well, how much is the ticket? And so she was like, because I worked part-time. I was a student athlete and I worked part-time in retail. But I was building my credit with what you call it, Fingerhut. But I knew how to manage my money and I would pay my bills. And she had no clue. Like I was ordering all kind of stuff out of Fingerhut, child. My room was decked out. My room was decked out, honey. And she had no idea I had credit cards. She had no idea. And as I told y'all, like I like to read. So I knew what, who, when, how to get a credit card, how to make my credit score look good. Like I knew all that. So when she needed, I was like, how much is the ticket? And so she was like, what? And I was like, how much is the ticket? Because my sister was really sick because her son had called and he was like, mommy's sick, mommy's sick, mommy's sick. Something's wrong with mommy. And so my mama had to fly out, but she did not have the money for the ticket because, as I stated, she was rebuilding her life from nightmare. So I was like, how much is the ticket? And so she was like, it's like $350. And I was like, oh, okay, because y'all do know, like with airlines, like if you don't buy it in advance or not buying it at the airport, like they raise the price. And I was like, oh, it's $350 in there during this time. Like it's no internet. So you had to call to find out and you had to book it through the phone. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I'll buy your ticket. And so she was like, how you gonna buy my ticket? And I went downstairs and came back upstairs with my credit card. And I was like, you can just put it on my credit card. And at this point in time, like she's dating Trucker. And so he was like, oh, I'll just give you the money back. Not unbeknownst to both of us, like that was a plot. You know what I'm saying? Like that was something for me, like to owe him. Had no idea. But anyway, so he was like, I'll just give you the money back. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like me not thinking because it's like you dating her, like you just paying, you know what I'm saying? Like you paying for her ticket. And so she was like, Angel, how did you get this? And I was like, what do you mean? I applied for it. At this point in time, I think I had like 3 credit cards because I ended up, like I told y'all, like her life was so jacked up financially from nightmare. Like my senior I was paying my senior dues. I was paying for like my senior trip. I paid for my stuff, like to go to Grand Night. All of that stuff came out of my pocket. Like that, my mama didn't pay for that stuff. She didn't pay for that stuff. So when she bought the car and we had the conversation that we had about the car, like I told y'all, I'm not going to even tell y'all that conversation. That's going to be between me and my mama. She took it to her grave and I'm going to take it to mine. Of why she bought the car. So I was shocked when she bought the car. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like she was struggling. I was like, Ma, it's cool. And so she was like, no, you need to be able to, get back and forth to work and get home and stuff from practice and stuff. And so she was like, and I'm tired of you standing outside. I don't know which story time it was, but I told y'all like I would be standing outside a long time because times she would forget to come pick me up after practice. Or she was working so many jobs like she had forgotten and couldn't leave, etc. So anyway, so it was like I had my own money or whatever. So we would, anytime night we'd be like, girl, you want to go to the mall? Let's go to the mall. It would either be in her car or my car. So this particular time, it was her car. Like I told y'all, like our age group, in that what do you call it? In that millennials, in that decade. My bad, because y'all, it's millennials. It's some kind of millennials. We're what are we? Gen X? I think we're Gen X. We're Gen X or Gen Z? Let me see. Hold on. So we're Gen X. So we didn't mind work. We wanted our own money. We wanted to, we wanted to get out and work because we didn't want to be held down. We wanted our own money. We didn't want to wait on our parents to be like, well, you got to go do this. You got to do this to get your little money. Nah, baby, like I don't mind going to work so that way I have money in my pocket. I don't mind. That's what I told y'all. Like, we didn't mind working fast food. We didn't mind working. We didn't mind owning our, earning our own because it was like, if I got my own money, I'm putting my own gas in my car. Like, baby, you can't tell me. But I mean, not they couldn't tell you where to go because they was paying for the car and stuff. Well, some of us was paying for our own car. Some of us was paying our car payment, our car insurance. Me, I wasn't paying my car payment or my car insurance. Like I told y'all, that conversation you will never hear. But I was putting gas, but only thing I was responsible for at the time while I was in school was gas. So for me to ride up and down the road and for me to do whatever, I need to be able to foot my gas. And then, as I stated, like my mom couldn't buy the clothes, she couldn't do the stuff, like she couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. And senior dues and stuff, this stuff was due, and she had already told me like I can't afford it. So who not going on a senior trip? Like, baby, I done made it through hell and high water in this house, and you mean to tell me I can't go on my senior trip? I can't pay for my senior pictures. I can't take senior pictures. And that was the thing that kind of made me click to make sure, like, oh, okay, I need to be on my stuff, because senior pictures, like my hair wasn't done. Like I had to come up with stuff. I didn't even smile in my senior pictures. Again, I wish I had my yearbook. Like all that stuff was in storage. And so yeah, so it was, I didn't even smile in it. Like I was so disappointed. And then at this point in time, me and Paisley wasn't even talking. But right before my pictures, like she came and spoke. It was like she was trying to rekindle the relationship. And I was like, girl, Capricorns, when I ain't feeling you, I ain't feeling you. I ain't want to talk, and ain't nothing. It's like, girl, It wasn't even like let me pull you to the side, I want to talk to you. You walked in and was like, hey, Angel, girl, you know we don't talk. Quit playing. But I think like she was trying to do a new thing type situation. And I've had that happen before. Like even me and my cousin Leah, like me and me and Leah weren't talking for a while, and then Leah reached out and was like, I want to rebuild our relationship, our cousinship. I want to rebuild this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like communicate, talk. Like if it's something that I feel like we can work through, okay, yeah, we can work through or whatever. And then some things is like, yeah, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so yeah, so like this particular time, she was like, Angel, come on, let's go to the mall. Let's go to the mall. And I was like, oh, okay, like what's going on at the mall? Like, what we doing? We just gonna get food? She was like, no, we just going to hang out. And so she was like, you know, I'm bored. Like, I'm off for a change. Let's go hang out. Which was true. Like, we worked, y'all. We worked all the time because we love money. We loved our own money. So anytime they was putting us on a schedule, and there was a limit of the time they could put us on a schedule, but anytime that they was putting on the schedule, baby, we was working. And as I told y'all, like Wildin' Out had already made her plans. She had already had in her head what she wanted to do. She knew what branch of military service she was going in. She knew what she wanted to go into as far as the field. She knew she wanted the military to pay for school. Like she had her stuff mapped out. She was paying. And at this point in time, I think her dad had already kicked her out. No, I don't know. He might have. Or it might have been, she might have been back and forth between her dad and her stepmom. But she was paying for her car. She was like, she was doing her own thing. Like she knew, like managing stuff. Like I told y'all, like we was excited. we were excited to have our own thing, because to us it was like having our own was freedom. Like there's no way you can control this because it's my own. I earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't control this. I earned it. So anyway, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So let's go to the mall. So we were in her car. Like I had parked my car at her stepmom's house, and we left and we went to the mall. Now the mall is in the other city. It's not in the country. It's in the other city. So of course we had to cross on over the bridge. So when we crossed on over the bridge, to I don't know why I'm not telling y'all, because I can tell y'all the city, and that's funny because all the other one. I don't know, like, cause yeah, cause you never know who watching, and never mind. Anyway, so yeah, we had to go, across the bridge to go to the other city, and so going to the other city was where our mom was. I told y'all, like, that's where like Walmart and all that stuff. If we wanted to do any kind of like big shopping, like we had to cross the bridge to go to the other city. Like if we want to go to the grocery store or whatever, like we had local grocery stores, but if we wanted to go to Walmart and all that other stuff, like we had to cross the bridge to go to the other city. So we crossed the bridge, go to the other city to go to the mall. That's where our mall was. I think at this point in time we had two. I think we had. Do you have two? And we had like one big mall, and then the other mall was more like a plaza. It's more like it was more. I wouldn't say mall. It was more like a plaza, like outlet type situation, where they had like all the stores, but it's like outside. It's not enclosed, so it's more like an outlet situation. So anyway, but we decided to go to the mall, and so she was like, "Yeah, I just want to go to the mall. I just want to walk around, and then since it's during the week, it's not crowded." And I was like, "You're right. So yeah, so let's walk around. Let's go have a good time. Let's window shop or whatever." I don't need nothing, and that's just the type I am. If I don't need nothing, I ain't buying it. If I'm buying it without needing it, it's got to be cheap. As y'all see me, I keep telling y'all, I'm a cheap girl. If I can find it for the low low, that's what I'm gonna get. That's what I'm gonna get, baby. I don't care about name brands. I don't care about none of that. Y'all be I need to spend 6,000. No, baby, I ain't gotta spend all of that to around here look good. Cause baby, all he gonna do is look at your booty anyway. He could care less. I had one of the was like, oh nah, we can't men can't do that. Men can't wear no name brand. Like we got that. No, you can. You just trying to pull like you're trying to pull the ladies who care about money. Excuse me, and they'll be mad that they all they want is money. Well, you led with that. You led with brands. You led with money. You pulling out your money. You led with cars. You led with that. So why you expect something different from her when you led with it? A girl not looking at your name brand and your jeans when she first see you, she looking at your face. She don't care about what you got on. She looking at your face, how you dress, and then she looking at your shoes if your shoes clean. Cause it's like, baby, if your shoes clean and you dress clean, that means you kind of clean, maybe. Anyway, so yeah, so we going to the mall. So we going to the mall and we walking around, and I literally like y'all time we walked through the mother doors. Time we walked through the doors, I think we went through Belks. And at this point in time, Belks? Is that Belks? Or was it called Goodies at the time? No, I think it was called Belks at the time. Because at that point in time, I think it was called Belks. Because at that point in time, in that entrance way that we had came through, it had what you call it? A salon. It had a salon, and we used to get our hair done. And I don't want to call his name, but he was part of the LGBTQIA community, and you could tell, but he could do some hair, baby. Oh, he had my hair healthy and everything. Oh my God, I remember his name too. He was very nice. But he had my hair healthy, and this was during the time where all the black people was using Nexus. If you went to a you went to a hair salon, they was using the Nexus products. That had my hair beautiful. But anyway, yeah. So we had walked past the salon. This might have been Sears. I think this might have been Sears that had the salon, not Belks. This might have been Sears. I think this was Sears because we had walked past the because they had like the photo, like how y'all had that trending. We used to go to Sears all the time to get our photos taken, but it wasn't like the weird poses that y'all was doing for the trend. We literally would go to Sears to get our photos taken. So anyway, I think it was Sears, but we went in through that entrance and then came out to the mall. Like literally, it was like I don't know if he was waiting for the bus or waiting for somebody to pass, or he was killing time. I don't know. But we had walked like once you walk past, you walk out of the department store and then into the main mall. And our mall only had one floor, so we walked into the main mall. When we walked into the main mall, it was like he was standing like right there, like almost like by the restrooms type situation, like like the opening that they have for the restrooms, so like right up in there. And so he had came like time we walked through, like he started hollering at Wilding Out. And I didn't have an issue because I knew I was pretty. I knew who I am. So compared to Wilding Out, me standing next to her, Wilding Out is very fair skinned and she's very light. So the light skinned girls, of course, was like supposedly top tier even back then. You know what I'm saying? Like the colorism is really real. So how y'all try to pretend like it's not, it really is. But anyway, I knew anytime that we would go out, like the boys, like the men and boys would holler at her first because she's fair skinned and she's a beautiful girl. and she got a body. So I knew they would holler at her first, which I wasn't tripping about because I don't want to be bothered anyway. I don't want to be bothered anyway. And at this point in time, like nobody won't even know. Like, yeah, I got my little street pharmacist. At this point in time, no. At this point in time, who am I dating? Hold on. Do I have a boyfriend at this time? I wonder if it was off and on with old boy. Because there was a boyfriend that a lot of people really didn't know about that was off and on. I wonder if I need to tell that story time. It was off and on with him. Like I told y'all, like I'm private, but I wonder if I was off and on with him or off and on with the other boy. Cause that was off and on too. Anyway, anyway, like basically, you know, like those relationships that you can't, like you attracted to the person, but you just can't seem to get it out the garage, like to spend time, like to really make it serious, like to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like I really like you. It's like I like you, and then it's like you passing out the little title or whatever, but it don't really go nowhere. Like you can barely get it out the garage. Like you really like you just kind of, it's just kind of, it's like yeah, it was something. It was something for a little bit. It was something for a little bit. Like for him, like it used to be off and on for a while. It used to be off and on for a while. Off and on for a while. Cause his cousin had hooked this up. So I'm trying to think if this was around the time because like around 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, it was like off and on with him and then off and on with another boy. It might have been off and on with dark chocolate. Don't call him dark chocolate. I don't know if I want to introduce that. I might tell that story time. I don't know yet. Oh, anyway. So anyway, yeah. So literally, it was like he was like, hey, excuse me, and I'm not gonna front y'all during those times. Like this is around like 89, 90s. This is around that era. We ain't want to be hollered. We ain't want to be bothered. Like if somebody's saying excuse me, like we dreaded it, especially if they wasn't cute. But we absolutely dreaded it because it was like us saying no, thank you, us saying no turned into pure D anger, turned into danger. And here's an example. So he was like, excuse me, how y'all doing? And mind you, like he looked like he was on the age with us. He wasn't tall or nothing like that. He wasn't much to boot. He wasn't much to boot, in my opinion. So I wasn't even tripping on the fact that you weren't saying anything to me because to me you weren't attractive. But you wasn't even tall. Like you was like, he might have been 5'1". Nothing against the short people, because baby, I'm short. But he might have been 5'1". He might have been like I would say like he wasn't brown skin, but he wasn't dark chocolate either. But he had like a little chocolate to him, and he had a low haircut. Like it wasn't nothing major about him. Like I promise you, nothing major about him. So of course he approached while now. He was like, excuse me, you're so beautiful. Can I get your number? At this point in time, like I mean, we had pagers, but the line is basically you're trying to get the phone number at the house because that was the way to communicate. You're trying to get the phone number at the house. So he, you know what I'm saying? He was like, can I get your number? Can I get your number? She was like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. And so he was like, oh, okay. And like the first time, it was like, we thought like we were in the clear, and he kind of stopped after she said no, thank you. And then he thought about that thing like maybe, oh, you told me no. And he started walking behind us. And so he was like, well, where y'all from? And so we looked at each other like, girl, because he had already said no, thank you. So we, you know what I'm saying? Like we gave each other a look like, we thought we were in the clear, but here you come. And so he was like, where y'all from? Where y'all from? And so she kind of looked at me because I'm usually the one quick on our feet or whatever. So I was quick on my feet or whatever to come up with something. So I was like, Chicago. And so he was like, Chicago? Chicago, y'all don't sound like y'all from Chicago. And I was like, how do people from Chicago sound? I was like, are you from Georgia? And so he was like, yeah. And I was like, you don't sound like you from Georgia. Because Georgia have like a real heavy country accent, right? And he was like, that's not necessary. And so that pulled in pure disgust because it's like at this point, I done made you look crazy because I proved the point. You know what I'm saying? Like I made you look crazy about your point. And now it's like, now I'm dumb. And I wasn't necessarily calling you dumb, but sometimes, like, it's not sometimes. With Capricorns, it's like, logically, we are logical people. We are logical people. It has to make sense for us. And if it doesn't make sense, it is going to irritate our soul. It's like, that don't even make sense. Because how is it cool for us to not sound like we from Chicago, but you don't sound like you from Georgia, which makes it, you know what I'm saying? Which it's like your statement is dumb. But I want to call you dumb, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're from Chicago, we're not from here. The whole point was to say someplace not here. So you will go away because she already told you, no, thank you. So he like, oh, okay. So what y'all doing here? And so I was like, visiting family. So she not saying nothing because again, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm quick on my feet. Trauma has taught me some things. I'm quick on my feet. So I was like visiting family. And so it was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, where your family at? Why they not with you? And it was like, they're in school? Because we're here doing the day. We get out of school half a day. They're in school. Well, how y'all know to come to the mall? Told us how to get here. This is the only mall y'all have, right? Y'all have another mall? All right. All right. And so, you know what I'm saying? When somebody is repeatedly asking questions, you're not quick on your feet. You know what I'm saying? You got to outsmart them. You got to outthink them. So by this time, like she's uncomfortable because you're steady walking beside her and you're getting closer to, as you're walking, like you're getting closer to her like this as you're steady walking. So she is uncomfortable now. So she moves and get on the side of me. So that way you're on the side of me. You don't want nothing to do with me. So I don't feel no type of way. I understand like you're uncomfortable. I've been through trauma. So you know what I'm saying? Like your spidey senses go off. My spidey senses been up after you was where y'all from. So he was like, oh, so what y'all about to do? And so I was like, nothing. We're just walking the mall. And I was like, do you work here? He was like, do I work here? And I was like, yeah, do you work here? Like, we just want to walk the mall. Like we just came to walk the mall. You know, we killing some time. We just want to walk the mall in peace. And so he was like, well, I can show y'all around. He was like, no, we're good. Like they have a directory right there. Do you work here? Yeah, I work at Radio Shack. You know good and well you don't work at no Radio Shack. But, and I was like, oh, okay, so you on lunch? Because me trying to hint like, go away. She already told you she don't want to be bothered. Go on about your business, little buddy. But here you are. Here you are still talking, still trying to have conversation. And so it's like, and I was like, so you on lunch? Like, he was like, nah, I ain't even talking to you anyway. I'm trying to talk to her. And I was like, well, she already told you no, thank you. She wasn't interested. And you kept asking questions. We've answered every question. I said, well, actually, I've answered every question that you asked. She already told you, no, thank you. So you a hater. You a hater. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, are you interested in him? Do you want to talk to him? She was like, no, I already told him no, thank you. So now your anger level has gone up because it's like I approve again. Like you have no reason to be here. You are a bother and you can't take no for an answer. Oh, all right. All right. So after that, He turns around and goes back where he was, standing beside the door. I'm assuming he goes back and turn where he was. So now that that's gone, we're walking around the mall, minding our business. Our business is minding us, and we starting to have a good time after we done shook it off. Cause it's like, cause literally it's like, please leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So we walking around the mall, doing, looking. We don't spend time or whatever, and we killing time. And at this point in time, like we looking, it's like, oh girl, it's like 4 o'clock. Like we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta go. And so she was like, yeah, you right. Let's get up on out of here before the mall get full. And like I got other stuff to do. She was like, you gotta work today, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go home. And so she was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll just come to your house. I was like, okay, cool. So we leave, you know what I'm saying? We leaving out the mall. And she had, before she left, she was like, I'm kind of hungry. She was like, you want something? And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll eat at the house because my mama cooked. I was cool. Like we at this point in time, we didn't have to have like McDonald's or whatever. Like that used to be like a treat or whatever. We wanted food. So it was like, nah, my mama cooked. Like I'll just go home and eat what she cooked. And so she was like, oh, okay, cool. So she got her some fries. So she got fries out of the food court, and we're walking back to go to her car. We walking back to go to her car, and we enter into, I'm thinking it's Sears instead of Belts. We're entering into Sears, and we get like right in the middle where the store kind of breaks off. And when the store kind of breaks off, it gives you like 2 ways to go in there. Right in the jam pack in the middle is like the perfume counter, or it's like what you call it, skincare, stuff like that. But it's literally like the perfume counter, and it's a lady standing right, in, of course, she's behind the counter, behind the glass counter in the middle. So we're getting ready like to break off to go so we can go go to the car. Girl, like literally, sorry y'all, he popped up out of nowhere behind us, and he was like, I don't really think y'all from Chicago. So she was like, and I was like, don't say nothing. So we're steady walking. Now, mind you, when she had got her fries, she put ketchup like on the top of it, right? So she's steady like eating her fries. And so he was like, I don't think y'all from Chicago. So he said it, he had said it again. And we steady walking. I was like, let's just keep walking. Let's just go. We just going to the car. And he was like, oh, y'all don't hear me? Y'all don't hear me? And so she turned around. She was like, leave us alone. Like we, you know what I'm saying? Like, leave us alone. We don't want to be bothered. We already told you. Like, we don't want to talk to you or whatever. Leave us alone. Y'all, he was like, oh, you think you better than me? And so she was like, what are you talking about? Y'all, that dude out of nowhere slapped her. He hit her so hard. Her food, her fries dropped out of her hand. I remember the ketchup on the floor. I remember the lady behind the counter saying, gasping. She's like, oh my God, are you okay? He took off running. So she called security to come to the to that area. She was calling security to come to the area. He took off running. So wilding out is like, like I'm picking her up off the floor, like in her face red, because like I said, she fair skinned, and her fries is on the floor. And so she was like, and like you could tell like this, like tears welling up in her eyes. And so she kind of, cause she's shocked, so she's kind of bouncing back and forth, like I don't know what to do. Like she kind of dazed type. And I was like, wilding out. And so I was like, look at me. Let's go to the car. And so she was like, I'm going to get my cousins. My cousin's coming back here. I'm going to get my cousins. Mind you, dude is long gone. Like he ran and took off. Took off. So the lady kept asking, she was like, are you okay? She was like, I'm fine. Now at this point in time, like tears are running down her face. Cause it's like, you slapped me for not wanting to talk to you. You slapped me for not wanting to talk to you when I respectfully told you, no, thank you. You came and slapped me because I didn't want to talk to you and I didn't want to give out my number. And I'm talking about her. So we're going to the car, and we get to the car. And so she, she's sitting there, she's rocking. I said, before you crank up this car, I need you to go ahead and get the car out. I need you to go ahead and get all that out because you can't drive. Do you want me to drive? And so she was like, no. And I was like, okay, before you go anywhere, I need you to get that car out. So of course she's going because as an attractive female, she has already been through a lot. She had already been through a lot. And with us being best friends, I knew her story just like she knew mine. She had already been through a lot. So it's like so frustrating because it's like I just want to be chilling in my own space, minding my own business, and here come these that already feel like they always feel like they're entitled to it. And it's not every man, but majority of them be making y'all look bad. Real talk. Because those are the ones who are bold enough to come at you and do some crazy stuff. The ones who really like have feelings for you don't approach you because they don't want to be told no. But the ones who know they gonna get turned down be the main ones. It's like, well, I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all from a perspective. It's like I was just on Twitter and this girl did. She was like, I need to show men the experiment. She was walking. She had on her friends. She was walking. Slender girl. She wasn't curvy, but beautiful. She was walking like she would have, and the way men would grab her, the way men would block her, because after she would say no thank you, they would block her. They would walk up to her to be intrusive, be entitled. It's like if I find it on Twitter because I liked it. If I find it on Twitter, I'll put like some of the clips in here. How it was like, or it was sometimes how she felt so uncomfortable because she would say no thank you, and like they would be blocking her, and it don't be like the attractive dudes that you be wanting to walk up to you. It be the ones you be like, oh my god, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Unsolicited. Anyway, and then it was women in the comments talking, well, look how she's dressed, because she had on a dress, but she wasn't even curvy. And that's the BS that be pissing me off about. Some of y'all women will be like, girl, look how you dress, idiot. You can be fully clothed down to you can have a dress down to your socks. Matter of fact, your ancestors who were slaves had dresses down to their ankles and was still sexually assaulted. You stupid motherfuckers. You dumb bitches. I hate when y'all say that dumbass shit. Dresses down to their ankles and was still being sexually assaulted, and you be talking about, oh, it's what you got on. No, you dumbass. Hate y'all. Anyway, so yeah, so like she gets her crying and so weird. And she was like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. I'm gonna go get my cousins. I'm gonna go get my cousins. And so I was like, okay, so let's do it. Like I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. So let's go get your cousin, because she had a lot of male cousins. So she pulled up to one cousin, and so she was like, this is what happened. Like, we was just walking in the mall. And this dude wouldn't leave us alone. He wouldn't say no for an answer, and he slapped me. Like, look at my face. He slapped me. Now, mind you, her face, like this part of, like I told y'all, she's fair skinned, so this part of her face is red. And so they was like, what? Yeah, like this is what happened. This is one boy, because he was like, man, that's crazy. So she was like, so we gonna, we gonna go, like, we gonna go get her. And he was like, nah. So I can see like the defeat kind of hit her face, because it's like, you're not gonna protect me? Like, you're not gonna pull up on it? You're not gonna protect me? So we leave that cousin and we go to another cousin, because she was like, oh, I know this cousin gonna, I know he gonna do something. Mind you, these cousins are older than us. So we go to this cousin, and so she was like, listen, this is what happened. Like, we just walk around the mall, and this dude slapped me. Like, are we gonna go? Like, come on, we gonna go to the mall and go find him. Like, we need to let him know, like, you can't just be going around slapping people, especially not slapping me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, my family coming for you. This dude said, nah. I watched literally the defeat take over her face, and I knew that feeling. So when we got in the car, because we didn't go to my car, which is at her stepmom's house, like, we just went straight to her family, which is further out in the country, like past my house or whatever. And so we got back in the car, and so she just sat there, because it was like, and I think at that time, like, you make, as women, When you don't have protection, you make up in your mind like, I gotta protect me. I gotta protect me. So when you got a female, you know, you approach a woman and she's making it hard for you, it's probably because she had to protect herself all this time from men. And there were no men around to protect her. It was the men that was causing the damage. So anyway, I could tell, like, because I had already made up my mind as a 8-year-old girl, like, I gotta protect me. So I could tell, and so it was like I put my hand on, and I was like, listen, this situation does not make anything about you any less. You deserve to be defended. You deserve, you know, if you want to go back, we could go back. We could go back. Whatever happens, happens. We could go back. We could go fight. That's what you want to do. She like, nah, and tears are running down her face because it's like, these people are supposed to protect me. Because that's what you give off. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you hear dudes be, oh, I ain't gonna let nothing happen. I ain't gonna, you know, my family. Yeah, uh-huh. So, yeah, and I was like, so what you want to do? And so she was like, I'll just go to your house. I'll just go to your house. And a lot of the times, like, I didn't realize until later, like, looking back, how people felt protected because of how I protected myself. Not realizing, like, me protecting myself was because of trauma, which is why it's like I stand up to myself, I speak, I'm vocal. Like, everything that I am that a lot of people hate is because I protect myself. It's like, baby, I'm not about to water myself down or put this, you know, put this little stuff in a box to make you feel good. And I'm over here feeling like crap. Or why I go hard when somebody feels uncomfortable. And if I invited them, it's like, baby, I'm not going to make you feel uncomfortable because I've been put in that situation on repeat. So I'm trying to make everybody feel comfortable in the situation and try to think, what's the best logical answer? What's the compromise here? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I move. I can't make everybody think that way. That's how I move. But anyway, I understood how she felt. And so she was like, I'll just go to your house because with me, she felt safe. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I'm willing to, girl, we could go back. We ride. We could go back. We could go back. But literally, and I know y'all like, well, girl, you ain't do nothing while y'all was at the mall. She turned around to talk to him when I was telling her no. So I'm still walking. You're behind me. So after he slapped her, he took off running. I'm getting her off the floor. And she like literally is discombobulated, scatterbrained, because she can't believe it happened. The lady can't believe it happened. And I can't believe it happened either. My thing was, it was like, girl, let's just keep walking. Like, you don't even, because I'm used to dealing with drunks and angry men. So it's like, you don't engage. You don't engage. You don't engage. But I can't tell people what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could, you know, as I did suggest, like, girl, let's just keep walking. Don't you worry about it. Don't, you know, don't you say nothing to him. But, you know, yeah. And that is the story time of the mall chase. So I know men be like, dang, is like you that hard up? You that hard up when a man can't talk to you, a man can't say nothing to you? It's not that. It's just like, if we say no, thank you, walking into the gas station, there's a crowd of men around. Like, some of y'all men are like, you like to put on for men. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna hurt her. Excuse me. I'm gonna hurt her to, you know, like, one up for my homeboy so y'all can laugh. You like, if you scroll well, I don't know what men see. But if I scrolling down my timeline, it's always a joke about a woman, about how she smells. And that's a thing that I really hate about the video, when dudes be like, and the whole time that lady that probably don't even have a smell, but he can do that. And if it goes viral, her whole reputation is jacked. Matter of fact, I saw a prank where this dude was talking about how she smelled, and it was a prank. It was a prank, but the comments, it went viral. The comments was going off on her, and the whole time she did not smell like that. She did not smell. It was a prank. But now your video is this video with your face and this dude telling you you gotta smell, and it wasn't true. Or I see, you know what I'm saying, so many memes about breaking down a woman, especially a black woman. It's like, y'all don't understand. Like, the smallest thing. The smallest thing. Even with like me putting up old pictures, it was like, oh my God, you gained so much weight. And the whole time, like, I was like, you can tell people don't listen when I tell you to go to YouTube. I'm telling you so you can understand and you can get the gist of it. And y'all don't listen. Because I completely tell y'all, I've always been a chunky girl. If I'm skinny, that I was depressed or sick or fighting something. And the whole time, like, we be putting up these old pictures, like I had put up me singing at a benefit for cancer. And it was like, oh my God, you put on so much weight. Whole time, in those pictures, me and Ty had literally just got in a place. I had literally just got a job. We went from being kicked out of Wildin' Out's house because it wasn't Wildin' Out. It was her grandmother who kicked us out because the house was on her land. It was her grandmother who kicked us out. So we are riding around with no place to go because my mom had already kicked Ty out. So we were riding around with no place to go in a raggedy car. Like that car, I paid $2,500 for the car. Trying to drive, trying to figure out somewhere to go. Real talk. And I had to, again, strangers came through for me because I put it out on social media. And we were in a spot for 6 months. And then 6 months after, like, because the girl, I knew I went to school with her. She had paid like all the fees or whatever. And she was like, I can't hold them off anymore. And they put an eviction notice on the door. This is a whole nother story time, yeah. I think I said this somewhere. Maybe not. But anyway, I had just end up, like, it had just worked out for me where I end up just getting a job and then getting a place. So the whole time, everybody looked like, oh girl, you was so small. Oh, look at you. But I mean, because the breast and the butt don't really go nowhere. They might get a little smaller, but they're there. And it's like, oh, you was small whole time depressed, fighting. And the comments I get was, oh, you put on so much weight. Idiots, this is my healthy weight. This is healthy. The only thing that's oversized and weight for me right now is my stomach. That's because I don't work out. Everything else is solid on me. I've always had breasts. I've always been muscular in the arms, in the ass, and in my legs. The only thing big on me right now that's out of shape that I don't want to get rid of is my stomach. And my stomach don't be flat like that. You can tell by my profile picture. My healthy weight is a thick girl. But that's what I was like, people are idiots. Anyway. So yeah, that's the story time tomorrow, Chase. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. I'll see y'all in the next one. Oh, women, be careful. Also, men, keep in mind that you're not entitled. When a woman says no thank you, take that as no thank you. Take that as protection. Because she may not be what it seems. She may have a pretty face and can beat you down. Turn your whole life upside down. Anyway, bye. Oh, that might be better. Right there. I don't know. Anyway. And you had to go type. Excuse me. Oh. Baby, I don't know. I think we're Gen X. I think I have it in my thing. Yes. I turned the fan on, y'all. I'm sorry. I turned the heat on. Let me try to turn it so it don't pick it up. It's probably gonna pick it up. Sorry. And excuse me.